Okay, we are recording. Welcome to our very first 2018, the obsession of 2018 team call. This is our first team call of the year, and we will be meeting on most Sundays at 9:15 Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to try really hard to make the calls quick because I know everybody is busy just like me, but this is our opportunity to connect, to ask questions, to share struggles, and just to be a team together, because I really want you to understand that this is not just for you to check in and track your workouts and track your nutrition. This is really a home base for us to grow and to transform. So hopefully everybody got a chance to watch the long video that I posted. It was 21 minutes and 3 seconds. And if you didn't know already, I'm very long-winded. So, I always warn you about that. But if there's something that's important, and I really want you to listen or hear, I will say you really need to do that. So hopefully everybody had the opportunity to do that, because I did cover a lot about how this group is going to be run, but I just want to cover the most important things from the video. So I do have two coaches that are going to partner up with me as leaders in this group. And one is Kirsten Mull and the other is Jasmine Bone. And they are challengers just like you. They're coaches on my team. They're awesome women. They're moms. Well, Kirsten's a mom. And they are just wanting to partner up with me and help to run the group so that we can, have a flow, and so you guys have other people to reach out to as well. And what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, if you haven't done your measurements, right? I took my before pictures today. It was a hot mess, okay, because nobody wants to see all that. But pictures don't lie. And, I know how to take really good angled pictures, but I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take straight on. I'm not doing the I look cute like this picture. No, I had to take straight on pictures because I really want to be real with myself about where I'm at and also have grace for myself for where I'm at. So if you have not done your measurements and your before pictures, please, please, please don't skip that. You will really regret not having that resource. Even if you don't share it, even if you never publicly share it or share it in our group, have it for yourself as a reference point so that when you're going through your workouts and you're feeling like you want to not do that and you're having that struggle day, and everybody's going to have that time where you're just like, I am not in the mood, I don't want to do this, you have that to refer back to see how far you've come. You really have to rely on non-scale victories a lot, because the scale is going to not be the best indicator. If you are doing 80-day obsession with me, the scale is definitely not going to give you the best picture of what's going on with your body. You're going to most likely lose a lot of inches more than a lot of scale weight, because you're going to be shifting body composition, which is a great thing. You're going to be losing fat and gaining muscle, but that's not going to reflect as much on the scale. So you can't let the scale define you. Now, I talked to Kelly about this. Kelly and I have been friends for a long time, and we went to the gym the other day and we were talking about that. And for her, the scale is a motivator. If you're not somebody who looks at the scale and it makes or breaks you and it really encourages you because it keeps you on track, then use it because it's a tool for you. But if you, hi. No, mommy's on call. You have to sit here if you're going to be in here. Okay, well, get down. Beat it. If you are somebody like me where I can't go too long without weighing because then I don't have a reality check, but if I weigh too often, then it's too much of a head game for me. So my plan personally is to weigh every other week. I'm okay with once a month, but sometimes for me that's a little too long. I'm going to weigh every other week. If you are okay with weighing and that's not going to mess you up, then weigh once a week. Some people, like Kelly, if she weighs every day, that's okay for her. It doesn't discourage her if she's not seeing what she wants to see. It motivates her. If it's a motivator for you, do it. But don't do anything that makes you feel any type of negativity. The biggest tool you have is a PMA, a positive mental attitude. And that takes a lot of effort to keep positive. You have to, surround yourself with good people. You have to listen to good things that, in the car. You have to watch good things on the TV. You have to, everything that's coming into your brain has to be controlled by you if you're going to stay, because it affects how the outcome of what you're trying to do is what the outcome is going to be. So I talked about our goals and our vision. This is super important. It might sound, kind of hokey. It's not. You really have to know where you're going so that you can tie every action that you're doing into your vision. So you don't want to be going after a goal. For example, if you see somebody who looks really fit and they have six-pack abs and you're like, oh, I guess I should try to get six-pack abs. I'm just going to say that for an example. Maybe you don't care about that. And so now you're going after this goal that, number one, maybe it's not attainable. Maybe you've had 4 kids and you have stretched skin and you'll never show six-pack abs anymore. Maybe it's something you don't actually even want to do. You just think, well, she did it, maybe I should do it. You really want to give yourself that quiet time to figure out why you're doing this group, why you're doing the program that you're currently doing, what's so important about it to you, what are you trying to get out of it? Because then when you break out your goals, then everything you do, it'll tie into that, and you don't have to waste any time doing something that really doesn't amount to anything for you. Everybody's goals are going to be different. And if it's just about feeling better to you, then write that down. If it's about a specific amount of weight loss, then write that down. But make sure you know what you want, not what you think you should want. That's really, really, really important. And physically writing things out, there's like research on this. I'll have to actually find where I read this, but there's a lot of different research that I've seen over the years that talks about actually physically writing something down, how that cements it in your brain, what you're trying to do. So when you write out your goals, it has a different effect on your brain and a different effect on your focus than just saying it or, maybe typing it. Saying it and typing it, those things are good too, because you're seeing it. You need to see it, but you also need to write it out and you need to hear yourself say it. So I talked about affirmations. Affirmations are really big for me. Telling yourself that you're capable, you're worthy, you're loved, you are enough. Those things are things that I need to hear. You may need to hear different, affirmations. It might need to be like, I don't know, I can't think of one. It might need to be whatever your current struggle is. For me, when I saw my before pictures, I was like, okay, I'm not confident in that body. I don't feel like, oh my gosh, I want to hide, but like, it's not that bad, but I don't feel like if I had to go on vacation tomorrow, I wouldn't want to go. And I don't want to live like that. I want to feel confident. I want to feel ready. I want to feel like free. I want to feel free to just be myself and not feel like, oh my gosh, what am I going to wear? I got to cover up. I told Michael, we were laughing. Thankfully, I have a husband who loves me. He's like shallow hell. Apparently he doesn't see all the weight I've gained. I don't know. But he's like, I said, babe, when we go to Mexico, I don't want to be reaching for my wrap every 5 minutes. Like, oh no, I have to walk across. I don't want to feel like that, because to me, that's not freedom. It's not just about the confidence. It's also the freedom to feel. I don't want to feel closed in. I want to feel like, you know what? I feel good about how I am. I feel good about what I look like. I don't have to be perfect, but I need to feel confident, because my confidence affects my mood, which affects my family, which affects my motivation. It affects everything. So the other key thing is motivation. A lot of times people will come to me and say, oh, you're doing a group. I really just need some motivation. The thing about motivation is you will get inspired by this group, but motivation is an internal thing. So the reason why we want to figure out why you're doing what you're doing is because that's your motivator. Because there will be a day when I'm not going to be motivating to you. Maybe I'm sick and maybe I didn't do my workout, and then you're looking to see what I'm going to post, for example. And then if I didn't post something, you're like, oh, I feel kind of down. If you're relying on an outside source like me or someone else to motivate you, your motivation has got to be your why you're doing this. What's at stake if you don't do this? That's a really good question my friend Jessica gave me. She said, thinking about your why, you have to ask yourself, what's at stake if I don't follow through? What's at stake if I give up on my commitment when it's hard? What's at stake? What am I giving up? And the other thing too that Christina Delgado talked about, because she and I are very similar with our relationship with food and alcohol. She got into the test group. They asked her to be in the test group. She committed to it. She wanted to do it 100% to show real results of doing it 100%. And she was like, man, like because she was also in the 21-day fix test group when that came out. And when she did that, she said, I got great results, but I was miserable because of my mentality. I kept thinking about, oh my gosh, I can't have my margaritas. Oh my gosh, like my birthday's coming up. Oh my gosh, like she kept thinking about everything that she was giving up. And so she felt deprived. It's literally a mental shift. It's not deprivation. First of all, you don't need alcohol to survive, okay? As much as you might think you do, like me, you don't. You don't need sugar to survive, right? No one's depriving you of any necessity for your life. So it's not deprivation. It's the mental approach that you take that's going to make or break whether you stay committed or quit. So instead of depriving yourself and saying, oh my gosh, I can't have alcohol. I can't have, for me, it's chocolate, cheese, wine. Those are my vices. And instead of saying, oh my gosh, I can't, list out all the things that you're going to gain because of this. I'm giving up temporarily to gain so much more. So instead of just forget what you're limiting, forget what you're, changing around, think about what it is that you're getting. You are getting the opportunity to completely transform your life. It's not just your body. It's going to make you more disciplined, especially if you're committed to the 80-day obsession. You are going to be so focused and disciplined because your nutrition is timed. You are on a schedule with your workouts and your eating. You're not just eating when you get to it. It is boom, 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 boom. And so that's naturally going to make the other things in your life fall into better place because you're going to be like, I can't miss my meal. I can't miss my workout. I can't miss this. There's people counting on me. So think about everything you're going to gain. For me, I'm going to gain my confidence. I know it. I'm going to gain what I've been really struggling to get on a schedule. My mother-in-law can tell you this. Kelly can tell you this. Kirsten can tell you this. Jasmine can tell you this. You guys know me. I've been struggling. 2017 was like my struggle bus year. I was just a hot mess. And I've been trying to figure out, how do I build my business and take care of my kid? And how do I do this? And how do I do that? And I've just let myself kind of go while trying to help everybody else. And that doesn't work because eventually you run out of help. Eventually you're no longer helpful. And so for me, I know that this is going to give me the discipline that I need in other areas of my life, not just with my fitness, not just getting, some weight off and all that stuff. It's going to discipline me in my business. It's going to discipline me with, my family structure and what my kids need to have a better home life. It's going to give me everything that I need that I just wasn't pushing myself to do. So I made my mind up that this is what I'm doing, whether a birthday comes, whether a baby shower comes, whether a vacation comes, whether a hurricane comes, I'm doing this. This is what I'm doing. And last year, I didn't really make my mind up. I would start and then I would say, it's the weekend. I'm so tired. I can't. And then I would just start over on Monday. I mean, that's just what I did for an entire year. And it's very evident in my before pictures. So it's about who you want to become. So a really cool exercise to do is really to close your eyes and just pretend for a minute that you're waking up as that person. How you feel, how you sound, what you're wearing, how you're standing, how you are interacting with your family, with your significant other, with the people around you, how you are different than now. That needs to be your vision. And from that, you break out your goals on how you're going to what it is that you're after. And from the goals, you break out your daily activities. This is a non-negotiable for you. This is something that you are worth doing. You would do it for your kid. You would do it for somebody else in distress. You have to show up for you the way you show up for other people. That's my biggest thing. I will show up. If I tell somebody I'm going to be somewhere, I'm going to be there. But when it comes to me, I'm like, I can push that off. that's a lifelong thing that I'm trying to work on and change. And I have to read personal development to change that. I have to pray about that. I have to surround myself with support to change that. There's so much that goes into that. I can't just snap my fingers and change it. It's a learned behavior that I have to unlearn. So it's not serving me to neglect myself and care for others. That doesn't serve me. So if I really care for others, I have to care for myself first so that everything can flow out of me and go to the people that I love and care about and I'm trying to serve. I hope that makes sense. I'm talking fast because I don't want to take too much time and I want to unmute so people can talk. The tag 3 is very important. We are a team, so this is a team effort. So every time you post something, find 3 other team members to tag. When you're in the Beachbody app, it's very easy. As soon as you put the little @ symbol, whatever it's called, the @ symbol, all the names will pop up and then you can just find 3 people to encourage. So just every time you post your shake, your workout, or, if you're posting motivation, all that stuff, tag 3 people so that you can hone it in and be a team player and say, all right, let's go. I did mine. Let's do yours. There was something else I was going to say about that. I don't know. I'll come back to it. Like I said, Kirsten and Jasmine are going to be running the group with me. This first week of this group, some people haven't gotten, my mother-in-law I know still waiting for her 80-day stuff to come. Some people aren't doing 80-day. What I want us to do is, because most of us are doing 80-day obsession, if you're not and you're doing a different program or a different trainer, commit to that trainer for 80 days. Okay, do it with us. It's really 100 days. So commit to whatever your schedule is going to be, whatever trainer you're going to use, commit for 100 days. It's going to take us out to, I believe, April 15th. I think till April 15th is the last day. Commit to that and get through that time period. Give yourself longer than 21 days or 30 days because it takes longer than that for most of us to get the momentum for what we're trying to go after. So I really want to take this week for us to just have a learning curve. We're going to be trying to get used to the time nutrition. We're going to be kind of fumbling around with, if you've never used the Beachbody Performance line, I've used it for over a year now. It's phenomenal. If you haven't tried it, get a sampler pack and try it. But if you're incorporating that, that's another new thing you're going to be doing. Most of us are not used to setting timers in our phones for our nutrition. That's a new thing. Most of us are used to doing 21-day fixed, 30-minute concise, quick workouts. These workouts are longer. That's a new thing. So I want to give us this week to just get used to coming into the group, tracking our workouts, checking in with each other, saying, I drank my Shakeology, I did my workout, posting your selfies, and that's it. I don't want to put any other to-dos on us until the following week, and I'm going to play that by ear. So in the meantime, Kirsten, Jasmine, and I will get together and we'll discuss how we're going to run the group together going forward, because we're in this for the long haul. I do incentives because I like everybody to feel rewarded for your hard work. I mentioned in the video, I'm changing how I'm doing that, and we'll talk about that later in the week, but I'm going to focus us more heavily on personal development. What I realized for my own self this past year, is that I was also neglecting that. And if you're not having positive coming in, you're going to run out of positive to come out. And so the mental part has to happen before the physical can happen. You have to mentally decide you're going to commit. You have to mentally be prepared. So if you're not working on your mental, your willpower is only going to go so far. So I want to place emphasis on personal development. I talked about that in the video too. So I'm going to do an incentive and a whole check-in system for us to stay motivated with that as the basis. I still want us to obviously check in with our workouts and all that stuff, but I really want to focus on us changing from the inside. Just like a cup, when you wash the inside, the outside naturally becomes clean. You can't do it in the reverse. If you wash the outside, you might be able to dress up and look pretty, but what's going on in here is always going to come out. And it's always going to be a reflection of what you do and the actions you take. So we have to take care of our hearts. We have to take care of our spirits. We have to take care of our mind. So I want to focus on that. That's a shift that I'm doing. I've been focused a lot on the physical for us because this is a fitness challenge, but I want us to focus on that a lot more. So that's really all I wanted to say. I want to go around and have everybody share their goal. It doesn't have to be deep. You can share whatever you're comfortable sharing, but I want us to kind of get an idea for where everyone's at. And if you haven't found a partner to hold hands with, to lock arms with, you need to find a partner before tomorrow. So talk to each other in the chat, talk to each other in the group, figure out who you want to partner up. And what that means is you're going to be checking in with each other privately, not just in the group. You're going to be checking in and seeing, hey girl, hey guy, did you do your workout? What's going on? How can I, encourage you? You're going to lock arms with somebody so that you can lift each other up. Okay, I've talked enough. I'm going to unmute everybody, and then I'm just going to call out names and have you share one or more, if you feel like it, goals. No, unmute, cancel, unmute all. Okay. Everybody should be unmuted. Kirsten, I'm starting with you.
I had a feeling that you were going to call my name.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so my goal is I kind of had the same year that you did. I would kind of start and stop, and I wasn't really true to myself and giving myself the opportunity to be consistent. So that is my goal, is to finish the entire thing consistently.
Okay.
And which that might be a little challenging because I'm starting to teach classes, fitness classes in a couple weeks. But that's my goal.
Awesome. And you're doing what program? 80 Day?
Yes, I'm doing 80 Day Obsession.
Awesome. I can't wait.
I know.
Okay. Jasmine?
Hi. So I've had a crazy year too. It's just been up, down, up, down. So consistency for sure is one for me. But the biggest one is I really want to start to feel confident again, which I've totally lost in the last few months. So I'm going with consistency and confidence for me.
Awesome. All right. Mother-in-law, you're next on the line.
Hi guys. So, it's interesting because about this time every year, I'm 62, and about this time every year for as long as I can remember, I thought I'm going to get in the best shape of my life for the summertime. So I look smoking hot in like a bathing suit, whatever. And when I was younger, I had those moments. But I still want to feel the best that I can feel, and I feel like I really need to commit to something that I can follow through on, because I'm always that kind of person. Stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. And psychologically, it just kind of gets you down. So I want to get in the best shape that I can get in, but I was just at the doctor's for my annual physical. And for the first time ever in my entire life, I have high blood pressure. And so she's not worried about it, but she knows I'm doing this 80-day obsession, and she feels confident that by exercising and eating right, I'm going to solve that problem. So that's my goal.
Yes. Just side note, Amanda and I are like really close. And so when she was like, I think I want to do 80 day, selfishly, I was like, yes.
I know,
because
right?
She's like my wine partner. She's my mother-in-law, but she's also my friend. And so we're in each other's lives a lot. And so for me, when I first decided to do this, I was like, crap, like, when I go to Amanda's and I really want to drink wine, like I have to get everybody on board, because I'm like, it's hard. So that's another reason why, when you have friends and other people who are willing to lock arms with you, it's better. It's easier because you have something to do together. You still have that connection, but you're doing something different too.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kelly, go ahead.
Hello. So I guess my goal, as crazy as it is to lose weight. But the reason for that is to feel confident, like you guys said. As I was reminded the other day, in the last 5 years, I've put on 15 pounds. And I've put on 30 pounds in the last 10 years. So just hoping to get back to where I feel comfortable. I still have a pair of shorts that I had in 7th grade that fit me 6 years ago. and I want to put those back on.
Girl.
Yeah. And actually one of my other things that is, I guess it relates to the working out thing, and Demetria knows this too. I'm an all or nothing person. I either go like totally no carb, no carb, no carb. Like today, I knew this was starting and I wanted to try this nutrition. I'm like, let me do an hour where I ran 9.5 miles. I can't remember the last time I ran 9.5 miles.
You're crazy.
So like when I say I'm going to do it, I can do it. But then I'm like, all right, I'm done. So I think I need to slowly. I tried the time nutrition today. It actually worked well. I feel like that's why I was able to run 9 miles, because I haven't been able to do that in forever. But yeah, so consistency, weight loss, confidence, and then also my focus is to try to focus on getting more sleep, because I've been on night shift for 16 years and I literally probably get between 2 to 4 hours of sleep a night or a day, however you want to call it. So that's been part of my problem with the weight gain and the inconsistency, and being at work and then being hungry and then just wanting to eat like a candy bar. So
for sure. And Kelly, I don't know what you decided about the supplements, but the recharge that she built into the program, it'll help with the sleep. Because I know how it is. I know when I used to work in a restaurant, it's like you're up because it's late. So when you come home, you're wound. You're not ready to go, okay, I'm tired now, I'm home. You have to like unwind, and then you have your daughter. So Kelly has a daughter who's in grade school. She's got to, take her to school. So it's like there's such a small window. Anyways, that'll help with not just muscle recovery, but it'll help with sleep. I don't know what you decided, but think about that.
And normally it's wine that helps with that.
Yeah,
or vodka.
We're going to have to get real comfortable with tea.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is, I don't have names on here. So Laura, I know you're on. You go next.
Good evening, everybody. My goal for this time around is consistency with working out to lose weight. Last time I tried this, I started off strong and I just horrible at the end. So I'm trying to get back to just being consistent with the working out to lose the weight. But I keep saying it's baby weight, but my son's 4. I think it's time for it to go.
I just said that to my mother-in-law. I said, I'm going to have to start calling Gabriel in months to make excuses for my weight. Like, my baby's 34 months. Yep. Yep. My baby weight. Good. And do you have a specific weight goal?
Not really.
Okay.
It's just to be comfortable.
Yes.
It's like I'm not a big girl, but I'm not small, and it's just my midsection that I have a problem with.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just my comfort level and how I look in certain areas.
Yes. And what program are you committing to?
I'm not sure about that yet.
Girl, you have less than 24 hours to decide.
I know.
Okay, good. Thank you so much.
Figure that out.
Yes.
It needs to be for tomorrow. By tomorrow. Whatever.
Yes. All right. And Meredith, are you on?
I am.
Hey.
Hi.
So what's your goal for this challenge?
So just pretty much like everybody else, last year I started and stopped. So I'm just want to get healthy and kind of keep going, and not stop. I want to break that cycle of always stopping. Obviously losing weight would be an ultimate goal, but those are all just numbers. So if I don't lose the weight, but I lose inches, I'll be happy with that. Just kind of feel good about myself, would be the ultimate goal. I was going to say 80-day obsession, but I was looking at it today, and this is my busy time of year for work. So I'm going to see how it goes this week.
Mm-hmm.
And if it, and we'll see.
Well, and I'm going to talk to you about that. I'll message you privately, but I thought about that. Meredith's in accounting, and this is the craziest time of year, obviously, because of tax season. So,
and my day one of 80-day obsession starts with an audit for this week. So it's yeah.
And so I'm glad you brought that up, because I wanted to mention that, sometimes you really do, again, it's about a decision, but you have to be realistic about what's going on in your life. If your job is a non-negotiable, it's not like, well, hopefully I'll get to it. If you know that that's what it is, and that, this, if it's going to put positive pressure on you, that's a good thing. But if it's going to be something that paralyzes you or cripples you, then you need to readjust the goals for a period of time. It's okay to do that. That's not defeat. It's not saying, well, forget it, I'm not going to do anything. No, you're still going to take care of yourself, but you may need to do something that's more along the 30 minutes a day, or, something that you can commit to and stay consistent with, because it's really about the wins. It's about winning. It's not about, being perfect and going, oh my gosh. Now, once you commit, yes, it's about staying consistent with it, but that may be the case. So, you're looking at the program, you're going to see how it goes. And if it's not, then you just continue forward and say, okay, what can I commit to that I know I can stick with? So that's a really important thing.
So yeah, I have kind of a plan B. If it doesn't work out, I do really like the 21 day fix workout. So I, can always kind of, like you said, readjust and just go down to those.
Yes. Good. Well, it looks like we all have kind of the same goals, which is great, because it's easier to help somebody when you know that they're kind of struggling with the same thing. I think that's most people's issue, is just, you get excited and it's like the beginning of the year, and like, I'm going to take control. And then life happens and you're like, or just you start to get the routine going. And if you're like me, I like excitement. So it's like, oh, I guess this is what we're doing, like Groundhog Day, but you have to create the excitement. You have to make it something that you're looking forward to, based on all the things you visualized getting from it. Always focusing on what you're going to gain is how you can continue to create the momentum and the excitement. And that's something that I just literally stopped doing last year. Like, I just all of a sudden got to a place where I was just going through the motions. I was just like, okay, I'm going to start my program. And then I would get excited. I would do well for 1-2 weeks. And then I'd be like, meh, Michael and I are going on a date night and I'm going to have 3 glasses of wine. My head was just not in it. So whatever you can commit to is the right thing for you, not what somebody else can commit to. Whatever you can do and be consistent with, that's the right answer for you. So I'm super pumped. I don't know if you guys are as excited as I am, but I'm really, really, really excited to do this 80-day obsession. I haven't committed to something this intense in a long time. And I feel like it's time for that. I'm personally ready for it. I'm ready to just, I'm grieving the loss of the alcohol. I'm not going to lie. But at the same time, I'm excited about it because I know I need it. Like, I know I need it for other reasons in my life. I need to get focused on some things. Michael and I are really want to buy a house, and I've got to get focused on the little pockets of time that I have. And I think being this disciplined is going to help. It's going to spill over into other things. So I hope you guys are pumped. Like I said, take this week as your learning curve to, get your workouts in. Don't slack, but take it as your, I'm fumbling around trying to figure out the meal plan, trying to figure out what time I'm going to work out, what it looks like in my day. And then when we have a full week, we'll have our next call next Sunday at the same time. And we'll talk about what we found, what we adjusted to. And then we will start with regular group activity where you have, other daily challenges to check in and all those things. So I know I'm forgetting something, but I'm going to let you guys go. It's late. It's Sunday. We all have stuff to do. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for getting on. This is our team call every Sunday, unless I change the time. And I'll give you notice for that, or unless it has to be canceled because of a holiday or something.
One quick question, Demetria, because there's so many, I get so confused. So there's the Facebook page, the Obsessed Facebook page, then there's the challenge on the app.
Yes.
That we have with you, and then there's the actual 80-day Obsessed. Where are you posting your before pictures?
That's a coach group that me and you are in, so not everybody's in that. So
Okay.
Our challenge is in here. If this cuts off, Kelly, I'll message you.
Okay.
Our challenge is in the actual challenge tracker app. That other one is Autumn's test group. So
Okay.
that's 30,000+ people in a test group with
Okay.
will be in their lives. So you can post it in there if you want to, if that's going to help you with accountability. But
Okay.
our groups where we're really going to help each other, on this scale.
Okay.
So, yeah. All right. Well, happy Sunday, everybody. Happy New Year. I'm super, super, super pumped. And I'll see you in the AM in the group.
Thanks, daughter-in-law.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.